Today we're going to be playing a classic, and it is very rare that we play a single color here on this channel, but in my opinion right now, mono white is sneaky good and we might be able to make some serious noise on the ladder. That's right, guys, we're talking about mono white mid-range, and in my opinion this deck is in a very good spot right now. I really enjoyed this one a lot and it was very competitive. It works a lot like Selesnya enchants, a lot of enchantments going on here, working off of Hallowed Haunting, creating a ton of spirit tokens and eventually giving vigilance and flying to all of them to win the game. We've got a lot of synergies with that. Obviously enchantments that create tokens like Rabble Rousing and Wedding Announcement to blow them out of the water late in the game. But we've got really interesting card draw off of Takasia's Welcome because it draws every time tokens are hitting the field. And we can also draw cards on the opponent's turn with things like Mirex. So there's a really nice way to constantly be drawing cards and feeding your board. And then we had a little bit of trouble with mono red, and ever since I've added in the veteran here to gain us life every time a creature hits the field, we haven't had much trouble with the mono red. So this card has been an absolute lifesaver. And as far as removal goes, we've got Lay Down Arms and Ossification. And that about does it, man. It's pretty simple. Get the enchantments down, grow a huge wide board state, get very tall with the Virtue of Loyalty, and smash their face. And it's been very good for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you enjoy content like this and you are new here, we do post videos like this 5 days a week. So if you enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. It would help me out a ton. With that being said though, enjoy the video. We'll see you at the end. Peace out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing some mono white mid-range or mono white enchantments. This deck has been doing pretty good for us so far. We've been struggling, I will admit, with the matchup against like mono red or any sort of aggro builds going first and stuff like that. They've been kind of cooking us, but we've made some adjustments to the build. This will be our first game playing the veteran, and I've also added some other cheap removal that I think is going to help quite a bit, to be honest. But our top end is very explosive and is very difficult to deal with once we get it going. As long as the opponent's not running Farewell, that is. That card obviously blows up everything all the time. So as long as that's not an option, our late game should almost outpower almost anything, really. All right, Stomper, they've already got all the colors they need to make this to be successful. So that's not great. Unfortunately, I mean, we prepared a lot of our build again for that mono red matchup because we kept getting it over and over again. And once the adjustments were made, we switched to 5-color control, which is, I would say, probably the exact opposite of that. So that's a bit unlucky. A bit unlucky. Stomper gets some more mana. All right, we go with the Hallowed Haunting here, and now we're good to go. We've got a pretty good locked-in board state here where every time we play anything, we should be drawing cards and creating bodies. This is where things get really good for us. Again, as long as the opponent's not running that Farewell, but, you know, being a 5-color control deck, it wouldn't surprise me that they would be. Taking 8 damage here, not ideal. That's a card. Gaining some life. I mean, everything's online right now, though. We're gaining life, we're drawing cards, we're creating bodies every single time we play something. So that's very helpful. I don't know why I kept grabbing that. I was trying to grab the Spirit Companion. All right. More life gain, more card draws. And a Rabble Rousing. Wow. Okay, so the finishing card is in hand here now. Let's hope the opponent doesn't hit us with that big Sunfall, which we know they are very much capable of doing. We've already got 5 enchantments on the field, so Hallowed Haunting almost ready to give us that vigilance and flying that we need. Atraxa. Okay, I mean, honestly, it's not a sweeper, so that's good. That is good. I'll take it. What'd they find? Sunfall. Yeah, that's the card I don't want them to have. Let's hope it's too late for them to realize that Sunfall, though. I'm going to go ahead and pass on any blocks here. Oh, wow. They don't even... Interesting. Okay. So we have some options here. Obviously, if I play this card right, we've got an absurd board state. We attack in, we create a bunch of bodies. Maybe triggering another enchantment that we would need to get this to 7. Let's try it. I say let's try it. All right, give me an enchantment here. An enchantment. Oh, we almost missed it. Thank goodness we found one. Okay, so then we attack with everything here, which does, again, play my Vigil and give us the enchantment we need to give everything flying. Pretty ridiculous. All right, now they can't block with the Stompers, and they're going to gain 7. You know, it's the price we pay here. It is the price we pay. And I would imagine Sunfall probably coming down here. I don't see why they wouldn't play that. But as long as it's not a farewell, I don't really care too much. I mean, we can reset this board state actually pretty quickly with all these things on the field. All right, so they're trying to swing through the 7 because then they're going to Sunfall the board after the fact. So we might as well not take the 7 damage, right? They are holding on to a Make Disappear too, so we got to keep that in mind. Make Disappear, a pretty good issue for us to have to deal with. We do have enough to pay for it though, if we want to play like the other Hollowed Haunting here, which I kind of do. I have enough mana to pay for that Make Disappear. We do trigger both welcomes here. I'm really hoping they just don't play that farewell, man. It's a very big possibility that, you know, they do. I just hope that they don't, you know what I mean? All right, let's try to play the Veteran here. And a Companion. Cross our fingers. I mean, obviously the Make Disappear hits, but either way, we get 2 Hollowed Haunting hits, which is going to pump up the spirits, and then in turn, giving me extra life gain. So I'm pretty happy with that. They're not going to give me the life gain, though. It looks like they're going to try to take care of the Veteran. I'm surprised we haven't seen Leyline Binding yet. That's going to be a bit of an issue to have to deal with when it does come down. That's going to be a big issue for us. Like I said, our top end, once things are established the way they are, our top end is bar none one of the hardest ones, you know, to get around. I mean, it's just basically farewell. If you don't have farewell, we run away with the game really fast. Go for the throat. Fine, sure. Some more kill spells. Sure. The more 1-for-1 kill spells they have for tokens that I'm just going to regenerate, I'm totally fine with. And honestly, they can have this. They can have this all day. All right, here we go. Where do we want to start? I want to draw a bunch of cards. Give me a bunch of cards here. This will be 3 cards that we're drawing here. We get Lay Down Arms. Really solid card. And sure, let's play the Wedding Announcement. And can we finish this game? Oh no, we can't. Everything's gonna have Summoning Sickness. Yeah, I can't quite finish the game. All right, let's go ahead and attack in here with what we got. And let's not overcommit. We still got an enchantment in hand. We're going to hang on to that because we don't want to overcommit to the board walking into another Sunfall here. I'm almost certain of it. So let's not get too hasty with that. Dang. Atraxa, sure. 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. We have just enough here to hit him with the Lay Down the Arms. This is a 7-drop, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure is. Okay. Making sure I have enough here to get that exiled off the board. And once we do get it exiled off the board, we win the game. Almost certainly here, I would imagine. Because we get through the air and they're not going to be able to stop us. Leyline Binding's fine. That's fine. Because it's a little too late. They Leyline Binding one of my big enchantments here. I'm almost certain like the Hollowed Haunting is the one I would take. That's just me. But That's a little too late. They do have Sunfall. They've got 2 4 mana open. Not enough for that, because they did just play a land this turn. All right, what do they take here? Yep, I thought so. That's the right call. Don't blame them on that one. Kaya would have been an absolute nightmare to deal with as well, because it, you know, being able to exile my enchantment and then use it as its own would be pretty ridiculous, but they're not going to be able to get that down here, unfortunately. The game's going to end before then. 1 mana left over here, huh? We eat this damage all day. Here we go. Let's close out this game, yeah? Another Hallowed Haunting. Pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. And then we do this, and that'll do it. That will do it, my friends. That'll do it. An absolutely disgusting board state here to end the game. My goodness. It was close, though. I will say, if they had another turn, they might have been able to swing the tides into their favor, strictly because, you know, they Sunfall the board here, and then maybe even play Kaya to steal and use against me one of my Hallowed Hauntings. So that would have been pretty bad, but unfortunately for them, they don't get to see another turn. Okay, I really want to see mono red here soon. So let me see. Okay, this might be mono red. I really want to see a mono red matchup, because again, we made some adjustments for mono red, and I'm hoping that hoping it pays dividends here. But of course, as soon as we make those adjustments, we don't see it. So it's a bummer on that front. But oh wait, it's kind of mono red. It's got white, but it looks like it's going to be a mono red build, sort of. Virtue of Loyalty seems fun. They might play something with haste here that we want to block, but it's probably going to be bigger than a 2/2. Yep, it sure is. Okay. All right, we need our Luminarch veteran, that's for sure. Okay, so a couple options here. I really want to exile this. I do, but at the same time, I want to really get greedy and try to hit a land drop off of this into a lay down arms situation. I just don't think I can. Man, what a bummer. Can't believe we're gonna miss a land drop here. Not like this, man. I think we can win this one. I just can't be missing land drops. All right, I'm willing to make the trade with the Kamano, but if they attack into me here, they clearly would have something like Monstrous Rage, or, you know, something like that. Or the Ignition, that's even crazier. Okay. Not ideal, not ideal. There's our land, perfect. Let's go here. In here. Give me a land. Not a land, but a great card. Okay. That's a great card. I can live with that hit. Phoenix Chick. Okay, ossification for that next turn. And they blow up the Spirited Companion? No, they go 2/2. Yeah, that's a better choice. All right, we can take one all day. Yes, more land is good. More land is very good. And then we take out the Phoenix Chick. And then starting next turn, I mean, if we can somehow get down a Rabble Rousing, if we hit a land, we can start gaining a lot of life. I do need to leave the opportunity here to block something with haste, so I'm going to pass the turn. There's no reason to get 1 point of damage here. That's not going to change anything. Don't. Oh, okay. They needed a card pretty desperately there, apparently. They must be out of bodies. They must be full of pump spells in their hand. That's what I'm guessing. All right. Don't love that I have to play this because I missed a land drop, but you know what? It's better than nothing. And then they are clearly struggling to hit what they need too. So good. This is good. We need lands. They need creatures. I can almost guarantee that their hand was just, you know, full of pump spells for those creatures we just took out. So it's very nice. Let's go here. Need to draw some cards. All right. I don't mind starting to send these through because I got some other blockers with the spirits now. All right, not the most traditional mono red deck though, so I'm not taking this one, you know, like it was a clear-cut win or anything. It is nice to see though that, you know, if we didn't miss land drops, we almost certainly would be in this game pretty heavily. All right, this game is about over once we swing through with this because the veteran's just going to reload us, very much so. And we'll take what? Another Hallowed Haunting is pretty ridiculous. Swing it on through. And we're right back in this game. Right back in it. Now, a problem card that would come down here would be Burn Down the House or Brotherhood's End. Those do exist, and that would be pretty bad for us, but at least we'd still be left with 15 life and a board state that can rejuice itself pretty easily. So I'll take the W, man. That's big. Big win. All right, well, we did just play another game you guys unfortunately aren't going to see. I unfortunately am not posting it. We made a boneheaded mistake, like a really embarrassing boneheaded mistake, and I didn't feel like getting roasted, so we're going to go ahead and just leave that one out. But we did win, so we are still currently on our winning streak, feeling very good. So here we are against mono red though. Love that. Here we go. Let's see what we got. I mean, going second doesn't feel great, but let's see if we can find that Luminarch veteran, man. Could really use it here. All right, they're off to a slower start. Love that. And we get the veteran. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think this is the play because it keeps the Voldaren from being able to attack, and it maybe forces them to play with fire into my 2/2 here instead of my face, which, you know, any damage absorbed is good damage absorbed, right? And the veteran coming down would have just gotten targeted, and I can't have that. Okay. Must be like a monstrous rage or something then too, or another play with fire, because there's no way they don't want to attack with the Voldaren here. Festivities double. Okay, sure. That's a big, in my opinion, a pretty big waste. I'll take it. I will take it. Veteran here into the companion seems fun. It gains me a little bit of life. And we'll draw a card. Very nice. I like it, man. I like where we're headed here. This is headed into a very good place for us. All right, I think that's worth hitting with this, or maybe even a couple of these things just getting taken care of here. We'll make the block, sure. Another Mirex. All right, we'll take out the Scamp here. Hit this with this. And we don't intend on blocking ever with the veteran in this matchup, so I think we just attack here. And do we go rabble-rousing next turn or what? Like, this is kind of maybe a tricky next turn. I don't know. Yeah, definitely not rabble-rousing now because we can't attack into the Voldaren with this, so no rabble-rousing play here. Let's go with just this. Maybe we'll do some scrying too. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll gain some life, put up a good body here to block with, and say go. Couple of blood tokens that were holding priority there that they could have used but chose not to, which means they like what's in their hand, I would imagine. Surprised they kept that land instead of hitting the blood token there. All right, well, this does scream monstrous rage, but I still get the kill here with the 2/2, even if it is monstrous rage. So, right? I do the math on that right? Because they get the one, yeah, so it's still a 4/2. I get the block. Still works great. And they didn't have another one. Okay, good. Or any sort of other pump. Don't kill that. You don't need to kill that. It's fine. Let it be. He's not bothering anybody. Sweet, he actually let it live. That's cool. I'll take it. Do some scrying here. They're gonna regret that because I can gain 3 life back with that very fast. 3, oh my goodness. This is both really good, but yeah, I guess we'll have to take a turn off here because I'm gonna have to play this, then this next turn. So maybe I just do this. Maybe we go rabble rousing first. And we attack. That was tough because the rabble rousing reshuffles the build, obviously, so we're not going to get the companion off the top to trigger this, but I still think it was worth playing over this for now just because of the extra life gain and body that we can create to block anything with haste. That's tough. That's unfortunate. All right, that's also kind of unfortunate, but at least we get this down and we can still play the Luminarch. That seems good. Seems good. Down to 7 though, that does scare me a little bit, but they are top decking, so I feel pretty confident that will be all right, but 7 life isn't a lot when you're talking about mono red. All right, let's trigger everything here a bunch of times. I mean, this is where we start to really thrive, you know what I mean? I think we got him. I think we got him. Nothing's getting through our defenses as far as attacks go. It's gonna have to be like straight up like 2 lightning strikes, which I don't wanna jinx myself because that would be so heartbreaking. That's interesting they threw that away. That was a little bit of damage they could have gotten through, but you know, I get it. 1 damage is not exactly enough to get the job done here. Well, they're out of options. Gotta play what you get. Gotta play what you get. Sometimes it's just too easy, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just a little too easy. Oh my goodness. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll see you next Tuesday, man. Oh, that's so good, man. That's so good. It doesn't, I mean, it doesn't matter. We've got so far over lethal. It's not even funny, but that's so good. Are they gonna rope me? Okay, good. Oh, I thought for a second there maybe they were gonna rope me. Nope, they swing in for a last ditch effort. This thing says whenever it dies, it deals damage equal to its power. So I guess it's gonna do damage regardless. So we're fine to block it. Gonna take the 2 no matter what. Maybe I should have blocked with things that would have died to ensure I gained 2 additional life here. Because if they have some way to deal 4 damage here, which does exist, could be bad. But they fell short by 1. Yeah, in hindsight, I absolutely should have gone with the blocks with the 1/1s here because there is things in mono red that can deal that 4 damage, and that could have been really bad for us. I'm just gonna play this just to show them that you know, we were gonna gain 15 life, so it would have been dead in the water either way. Even if they found good cards here, maybe they'll make them feel a little better. Ay ay ay. Absolute craziness, man. Nice. GG's, man. I love that we're beating mono red finally because it was the one deck that was, you know, stomping us, so that feels good. Okay, nice. Love beating mono red, man. Love it, love it, love it. Opening hand here looks good. I'm scared of how expensive it is though. We might have to actually send this one away. Yeah, we probably should send this one away to be safe. This is a much better hand. Much better. Okay, let's go with the companion first. I think there's nothing in front of us here, so throw down the companion. And it's 5 colors. 5 colors. We go wedding announcements. Attack in. Couple lay down arms are not going to be too great here, I don't think, because if it's 5 colors like I think it is, well, maybe it's not 5 colors. Maybe not. That's a great target, so we'll take it. And I mean, just absolutely unloaded the hand here, which is pretty cool. And we're gonna draw an extra card. What a great card it is. Okay, I mean, this is a perfect game, I think. Could be. Could very well be. Giada giving things flash, huh? Not able to deal with that yet. I need another planes. What's the best thing we can do here? Is it this and draw a card? Probably. Here's the issue though. There's the land. They're playing things off the top of their deck now, right? You cast spells with flash or flying from the top of the library, which is probably going to be the majority of their build. So they've got access to a lot of card advantage that way. Steel Seraph. Not bad, not bad. All of these flyers are going to be a bit of an issue for us. I'm not going to lie. We don't have a ton for that. Obviously, we got the spirits if we can get them going. But right now, it's going to take a minute to kind of get this all set up. All right, let's go here. That's a great card because then we can go Hallowed Haunting. And then this next turn, if we can hit a land drop off the top. I do need to take away their ability to play off the top of their build here. Maybe we go for the scry. Yeah, I think we go for the scry. Here. We're gaining double the amount of life now with 2 veterans down here, which is fantastic. Okay, Inspiring Overseer draws him a card, gains him some life. Nothing too scary though. Obviously, taking out that Giada early is a big deal because these things would be absolutely massive right now if we didn't do that. So glad we had the removal ready to go for that. Lay Down Arms, again, another really late addition to the build. So glad we threw that in there. That was more of a mono red tech as well. You know, getting ran over too quickly, needed some really cheap removal. Ossification. What are we taking? A little bit of my life gain? All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so we're going to scry with the Vigil here, and we're going to look to try and grab a land. We need to start... We got to scry a land here so we can get both of these down in the same turn. Triggering the Hallowed Haunting. How do I pass this up, though? Holy smokes, man. This is so good. I don't know how I pass this up. They got me there, man. They got me good. They got me good with this one. All right, taking a little bit of a turn off here just to kind of set up. And there's no... Yeah, we do attack, actually. We do attack. All right, let the spirits go, man. Once the spirits start coming down, they can give us the flying that we need to block. Sorry, it's getting warm again in AZ all of a sudden. Like, it was like 90 something today. It's killing my allergies again, man. This weather's wild. All right, we can replay that from the graveyard. They gained some life here, though, which is a bummer. They didn't take out any of my enchantments. They didn't take out the companion there, which is kind of odd. Gives me a step closer to get the flying, you know? All right, we'll start with this first. Ossification is great. Got our land. That's what we're looking for. And we'll take out the Wrath. And we have instant speed 2/2 here. All right, I don't know how you stop this. We're about to absolutely run them over next turn because we've got the Virtue of Loyalty enchantment side to play. And yeah, that should be GG's because we're going to have all flying vigilance. And then they're all going to on-tap anyways when we get the 1/1 counter. So all good stuff. They should take a Spirited Companion. They do. Okay, smart. Which does suck for us. I will say that does suck. It takes away that ability I just talked about. But I still think that we're going to be a force that needs to be answered and blocked. Otherwise, you know, they're just going to die. I see what they're doing, though. They're trying to beat us down before we can get there. But I think it's already there. I think we're too late. I think they're too late here. Another card. Another Hallowed Haunting. I mean, our hand is so gross and it's so bad. Let's see. Attack with these. And then everything on taps. And then we have one flyer to block in the air for the retaliation shot here, which would hurt normally if we didn't have that. So I'm glad it's there. All right. Had I swung in with these two, we would have presented lethal, but they would have just blocked with these two on these two, and it would have been bad. So, I hate that they can play off the top of their deck, man. That's so good. That's so good. All right. Well, clearly nothing for 2 mana, so that's the end of their turn. They don't have a lethal shot here, so we'll take it. We'll take it, and that'll do it. Let's go with another Hallowed Haunting. And we got the Empire, so let's go ahead and attack in here and use the Seat of the Empire. Oh, they just eat it. Yeah. I don't blame them. That was going to be pretty impossible to block. I think if you look at the board, I don't think there's a way to stop the lethal, so good game, man. That was a fun one. I don't think we've dropped the game yet, which is fantastic. All right, let's see if I end up eating my words here on this one. Last game of the day. Let's see if we end up dropping a game here. I love the start that we have, though. Looks good. Could be mono red. We got no sleeves here. Yep. Sure enough. You know, it's always a pretty good tell that if they don't have sleeves and they have the basic avatar, that it's going to be mono red. And the reason being is because, you know, they probably just went to like MTG Goldfish, copy pasted the deck, imported it, and then said go. So they didn't even take the time to, you know, do their sleeves or whatever. And immediately they play something completely different. So I take back what I said. That's funny. They said, sir, you don't know what you're talking about. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. That is a pretty big rat right there that we're gonna have to deal with. I don't love that. I don't love that. Doing some rat stuff, huh? Okay. Well, this isn't great. I've got the Mirex though, so I can, you know, pump out, you know, at least some card draw, some life gain. Some good stuff there, but man, we're getting a bit flooded right now, and they're going very wide. Very wide board states. Okay, Virtue is very good. That's a very good card. What do I do though? Do I go with the Virtue enchantment side? I don't think so. I think we just go for the 2/2, and maybe hopefully we hit a good 3-drop here. 3 or below. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's see if they take the bait. This can't block anyway, so let's see if they take the bait on the Sewer King. Nope. They thought about it though. We almost had him. Well, now they didn't take the bait, which leads me to believe they know what we have. So I'd be surprised how they I'd be interested to see how they attack here. They might still full send here. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. These rat decks are really cool, man. They have ways to get toxic and win through toxic, which is really interesting. All right, we blow that up. And then we blow this up, and it's good too because we block it with 2, which is like the minimum requirement here for the least amount of rats that they grow. Another Mirex, dude. We are drawing so bad. Like we just drew lands. Yikes. Okay, I mean, I kind of have to activate this to see if we can't get something off the top that's playable and can save us. It's a body. It is a body. these don't block, so might as well send it in. I mean, the Mirex coming in pretty clutch. Mirex into Cassia Welcome is a very, very good staple to a deck like this. Oh, man, that's so bad. And they kill that too. Yikes. Oh, that's game. Good game. I mean, we lose to rats. That's tough. That's a really, really interesting game for sure. I love the rats deck. I think it's very, very cool. I should probably try a rats deck soon, but I don't know. But that's really cool. I like their build. So GG's to them, man. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. We'll be back again here tomorrow with another video for you, and trust me, you're not gonna want to miss tomorrow because I just finished recording it. It's a banger. But I hope you enjoyed today's deck list, and I want to say thank you so much for watching. Mono white, like I said in the beginning, man, I think this deck is good enough to make some noise. It's in a really good spot right now, and I really enjoyed this deck, and it felt very consistent. And just to be honest, I've been in a bit of a rut as far as deck building this week, and this one I'm glad got me out of it. It just was so clean, and it had so many good residual answers to constantly reduce the board whenever you got hit with sweepers. Really, I think the only, downside to this deck is obviously Farewell, my absolute favorite card in Standard right now. That was sarcasm if you don't know. But that card blows up this entire build, so you got to look out for that. But aside from that, this deck does a very good job of competing with pretty much, anything it wants to compete with. It's got life gain, card draw, it does everything. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. And again, thanks for watching if you made it this far, especially, and a huge thank you to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the membership program on this channel, so huge shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. And I also want to let the Marty Mob know, for appreciation, I do box openings, and I do plan on doing a box opening very soon for the most recent set. But that will be hopefully within the next week or so. I'll have a little bit of time off after the early access event to do that, so we'll have that out soon. So thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting me, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. It's out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. Yeah. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.